Hey, what do we got here? We got an iPhone 13 Pro Max in the studio, and first of all, UPS. Now you could probably look at me and realize how damn excited I've been about this iPhone. I haven't slept, I haven't eaten, I haven't brushed my teeth, I haven't even done my hair. And it is finally here. I'm so excited. Now looking at this iPhone, first of all, right here on top, we got the iPhone 12 Pro Max. So this one's the old one. And if you look closely, they look almost gosh darn identical if you ask me. Now the one problem here that I was noticing when I was looking this up online is the camera bump actually looks a tad bit bigger. So that way all my accessories for this one, they're not gonna work with the new one. But with that being said, we got this nice black box here. Now as you can see, there's no plastic wrap on it this year because we're saving the environment. We're saving the planet. Climate change is real. Now this is the gold model and it's supposed to be exactly the same color, but looking at the box, it does look like it's a slightly different shade of gold. The last year was more of an off-white, like a champagne color, so I'm kind of curious to see if they changed it just a tad bit to make it different. Wait, that's an iPhone 12 Pro Max if I've seen one. I mean, it looks the same. Although, if you look really close, you can see the lenses are a tad bit bigger on the 13 Pro Max. Now, to be fair, if I'm looking at these from across the room, they look the same. Ooh, would you look at that? They don't even have plastic wrap on the phone. Oh boy, that looking clean. Now also inside the box, we got designed by Apple in California. I wonder what's inside this thing. We got a SIM card ejection tool, some information, and one white Apple sticker. I'm gonna put this on the back windshield of my ride, representing Apple Nation. And also inside the box, looks like we got a USB-C to lightning cable so we can quickly charge up our iPhone. But gosh darn it, how am I supposed to quickly charge up my iPhone? It's missing the power adapter. But at least inside, we got an old school classic iPod, so that's pretty cool. Listen to all my music. Now getting back to the actual iPhone 13 Pro Max, the big boy, we got it right here. Let's see, the notch is definitely smaller. Well, by golly, that notch is 20% smaller, 20% trimmer, and we got more screen real estate. But other than that, you know what? 13 Pro Max weighs a tad bit heavier too. But looking at them side by side, other than the notch, they look gosh darn identical. On the right side, we got the multifunctional button along with the 5G antenna window. Over on the back, you guys already saw that camera hump. The color looks identical. Over on the left side, we have the volume rocker switches, along with the mute switch, along with the SIM card tray. But if you look really closely, the SIM card tray is a tad bit higher on the 13 Pro Max. They did that on purpose, didn't they? Up here on top, we got nothing else to see. Down here on the bottom, nothing else to see but the speaker, the microphone holes, and the amazing lightning port that they keep giving us. But by golly, I'm glad they kept this flat design with that nice gold. It's looking amazing. Even though it's a fingerprint magnet, I wouldn't trade it for the world. So now the moment of truth, let's get this thing powered on and see that new screen, because the screen has 120 hertz and a smaller notch. They came out with everything, guns blazing. Well, golly, I'll be a monkey's inbred uncle, but that 120 hertz is smooth like butter. I can't believe it's not. Oh my God, I can't believe it, that was so smooth. And just like that, we're welcome to the iPhone. We're gonna swipe up. Oh, it felt so good. It's like I entered a whole new world, it's so smooth. Now there's one thing I want to see side by side because it's really hard to tell, but when we have a nice lit up display, it's painfully obvious. This here notch is so small. Now, other than the painfully obvious notch and screen refresh rate, I gotta see them cameras, because I know they're a tad bit better, and I gotta see it and experience it myself. So it looks like instantly we have photographic styles to personalize the look of your photos by bringing your preferences into the capture. Photographic styles use advanced scene understanding to apply the right amount of adjustments to different parts of the photo. So that means it's not a filter, because it's not applying it to the whole photo. It picks and chooses with AI, which is really cool, really technologically advanced. So we can set it up later or choose a style. I want to choose a style. Let's see. We got standard style, looks nice. We got rich contrast, very punchy. Ooh, vibrance, even more punchy. Then we have warm, we got cool, and you can even adjust each one individually to combine them up to your favorite liking. We're gonna just use standard for now. I don't wanna mess up with too much stuff right now, but let's see. Wow, the camera looks just as good as ever. Now let me just take a real quick snapshot right here with the 1x lens. It's looking very nice. We got the half lens, it zooms on out. And then we can zoom in 3 instead of 2.5. Look how close we are. Looks amazing. I mean, seriously, look how much closer you get to my face with 3x versus 2.5. I didn't think it would be that dramatic, but it is. So now the other mode that I really want to test out is cinematic movie mode. So it actually does AI things to convert the background to blurriness. It's pretty crazy. And it even lets you adjust it after the fact. So it's blurry now, you can adjust it to make it clear later. What kind of witchcraft is this? So if we're taking a look in cinematic mode, you can see it wrapped around my face. It wrapped around my face on my shirt, and it wrapped around the gnome's face. So it actually has 3 focus points. So we can start recording. And now, as you can see, I could tap on the gnome and it focuses right over there like magic. I could tap back on my face in the front, it focuses. Now the cool thing about it is it's supposed to automatically do it. I'm not sure why it switched to the gnome and it's switching back and forth. See, it's not too great, but in reality, if I turn around to look at the gnome, it focuses on the gnome. Turn back, come back into focus, and look at it, it's looking at me. Looking at the gnome maybe? There it goes, there's a little bit delay, but it did it all by itself. Now it's not perfect, but the good thing about this is you can adjust it in post. So if we go into the gallery and look at the video, you can see the actual video footage that we got recorded. But if we go to edit, this is actually where things are cool. You can see all the focus points and you can adjust it wherever you want. So you can see the dots right there, that's exactly where the focus has changed. So if we go over here, and I don't want it to be focused on that because you see I'm looking right at the camera. I'm gonna tap on myself and it focused me and it'll save that. But maybe right here, I'm like, man, I wanted the gnome to be in focus, so I press on that. It automatically switches just like that. I can tap on done, it'll render it all down. Now the bad news is with the whole cinematic mode that I noticed is it only allows you to record in 1080p at 30 frames a second. That's not very good, but at least it lets you record in Dolby Vision. I'm guessing they didn't get the actual cutouts perfectly, so it looks better in 1080p than 4K. So maybe next year, iPhone 14, we're coming for you. Now with that being said, we are able to use the front-facing camera to do cinematic mode. So as you can see right now, it's focused on me. But if I want to tap on my little dude right here, oh, it was a little laggy right there, it locked the focus. But right now, as you can see, it's switched around and now it's on him. But if I go tap on me in the back, there we go, it's locked on me, but then when he comes in the front, like there's a bunch of squares jumping around everywhere, so it's really complicated, but it does a really good job tracking faces. Now, other than cinematic mode being a little bit of a gimmick, everything else is looking awesome. The camera, the quality, all of that's looking amazing. Now, the one thing that I wasn't able to really show you guys, because it's really hard to tell, is the 120 hertz display, which is gonna be really hard to come across on a video. You have to experience it in person, it's amazing. But if we look in slow motion, I'm pretty sure you can tell a difference. I mean, even if it's ever so slightly, you could probably see how much smoother it is on the iPhone 13 Pro Max. So with all that being said, the iPhone 13 Pro Max is a definite worthy upgrade. I mean, the cameras look amazing. You got cinematic mode that works in 1080p, and the notch is smaller with 120 hertz, plus it's still available in gold. What more could you ask for? Let me know if you guys picked up the iPhone 13 Pro Max and if you already had an iPhone 12 Pro Max, because if you did, you might be a sucker. Some people gonna say that, but they're not with you and they don't know exactly how it feels to have the latest and greatest technology. And by golly, I can't wait for the iPhone 14 Pro Max.